Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I hope you're all doing well. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you all today? Today, I think, is our last class of speaking and listening. That's crazy. Time flies when you're having fun. It's gone by so quickly. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. How are you all doing today? Thank you, everybody who sent me a message yesterday. I feel a lot better now. I just have a little cold. So sometimes in the lesson, maybe I will have to put myself on mute and like this, blow my nose, right? Blow my nose. I'm not sure why, but I feel okay, a little tired, but nothing crazy. Much better, thank you. You are all very kind students. Okay. All right. We have 10 people here. Welcome to everybody. I hope you're all doing well. Okay. Everybody, what did you do yesterday afternoon? What did you do yesterday afternoon? Did you continue working? Did you go shopping? What did you do? What did you do? Did you meet your friends? Did you, I don't know, look after your family? Did you go for a walk? What did you do? Good morning, Hong. Good morning. Nice to see you. Nice to see you on YouTube, right? Yes, nice to see you on YouTube. How was your day yesterday, Hong? And I don't think you were in the lesson yesterday. So how was your weekend also? How was your weekend? Good morning, Primrose. I hope you're doing well. Good morning. How was your day yesterday, Primrose? Okay. All right, everyone. Today we're going to continue to look at phrasal verbs, right? We were looking at phrasal verbs yesterday, and we are going to continue to look at them today. Good morning. I'm doing okay. I'm doing better than yesterday. As you can hear, however, my voice is a little... I just have like a little cold. It's okay. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Shatamas. I hope you're well. Okay. All right, everyone. Let me share my screen. Good morning. Oh. Okay. Good morning, everyone. Sorry, something strange just happened on my screen. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you, everyone who messaged me yesterday. Yeah, I'm doing a lot better today. Thank you. I'm just still a little bit tired, and you can tell I have a little bit of a cold. But I'm doing better than yesterday. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Palin. How is Taiwan? Everybody, PM is in Taiwan. How are you doing there? What's going on? Tell us all about it. I hope you are having a wonderful time there. And also, what's the weather like? I guess it's not that cold, but probably colder than Thailand, right? Probably colder than Thailand. I went to Taiwan. I've been to Taiwan once. I had a really nice time there. I thought it was a beautiful country. I really liked how much art there was in the city, how many flowers, how clean the city was. And it was my first time ever traveling to a, like, I guess you can say subtropical or tropical place, right? So with all of these big green plants, you have them in Thailand as well. But when I went to Taiwan this year in February, that was my first time seeing anything like that. So for me, that was a wonderful experience. I will always remember that. I will always remember that. Okay. Yeah, I went with my friend, my American friend, and I told you guys we had some cultural differences during this trip. For example, one time I said, hey, I think we should go this way. I think we should go this way. And as a British person, what does that mean? That means this is the correct direction. Let's go this way, right? But as an American person, what she heard was, oh, Melissa thinks it's this way. That means she doesn't know. She's not certain. She's not sure. So she said, no, it's this way. And she walked in the opposite direction. And I was like, but I just said, I think it's this way. Why are you walking this way? And we had an argument about it. And she said to me very directly, it was very interesting. She said to me very directly, she said, Melissa, if you don't tell me what you think, how can I guess what you think? And I was like, because in the UK, we are always guessing. We are always guessing what everybody thinks. I thought it was an interesting story. I will always remember this. Good morning, teacher. Good morning, TJ. It's been a while, I think, since I saw you. How are you doing? Good morning, Kanda. Happy Halloween. Happy Halloween. Yes, it's Tuesday, the 31st of Halloween. The 31st of Halloween. Oh, what does this mean? Oh, good morning. Good morning, Napasa. Good morning. We have 30 people here today. I think maybe because it's the last day, everybody wants to have a look. Now, we still have some lessons, right? We still have, let me check the calendar so I can tell you guys. Yeah, we still have one more lesson on Thursday. We still have one more reading and writing lesson on Thursday. But this is the last listening and speaking lesson. This is the last listening and speaking lesson. Good morning. Good morning, Pashisa. Good morning. Nice to see you. I'm not sure I have seen you before, so welcome and goodbye since it's the last day. So what are we going to do today? First of all, we're going to look at phrasal verbs, okay? We're going to look at phrasal verbs. And then in the last half of the session, we will do a review of the vocabulary that we have learnt in this whole course, okay? We will do a review of the vocabulary that we have learnt in this whole course. But first, let's look at phrasal verbs. So let me share my screen. Give me 1 second. Okay. Okay. Everybody, yesterday we looked at so many different phrasal verbs, but what I want to do today is I want to, again, just look at these ones here. I want to look at the same ones here so we can really, be sure that we know these ones well. Because phrasal verbs are vocabulary and you can't learn 20,000 different words in a day, right? You have to learn it a little bit slowly. So let's make sure that we really know these ones. Okay, so we have get on with, run into, show up, tear up, get behind, do over, ask out, turn up, call on, show up, catch up, turn down, tear down. And we also learned some other phrasal verbs yesterday. Do any of you guys remember what we learned yesterday? Okay, let me just add my screen. 1 second. TJ says she had to work, they had to work. No worries, of course, I understand that this time, 9:30 a.m. to 12:30, it's very difficult for people who have to work. I understand that. I'm glad that you could watch the recorded class. I miss you. Well, we all miss you too, TJ, so thank you for joining today. Thank you for joining today. Okay, let's zoom in a little bit. Okay, so first of all, let's review these words. Let's review these words. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to give you a sentence, and I'd like you to choose which verb do you think goes with this sentence, okay? Which verb do you think goes with this sentence? So, okay. Sentence number 1. Oh, my homework was so awful. My homework was so awful, and I was so angry I couldn't do it. So I and threw it in the bin. Yeah. My maths homework was so awful, and I was so angry I couldn't do it. So I and I threw it in the bin. Okay, so today I'm going to do all of these ones with a pronoun, with it, them, they, something like this, okay? Okay, Napasa says tear down. Does anyone else have any other ideas? Napasa says tear down. What do we think? Shutamas says tear up. Yeah, I tore it up and threw it in the bin. Well done, Shutamas. Why? Why? Because Shutamas has conjugated it correctly. They have changed the verb correctly, right? Tear up in the past, tore up. Primrose says do over. Again, let's see, can we change the verb? Can we change the verb? So we have 3 options. What do you guys think? What does everybody else think? Do over, tear down, tear up. What do you think? What do we think? Well, the correct answer is I tore it up. Why tore it up? Did it over? Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense. Nanamon says tear up. Good morning, good morning. Yes, I mean, it makes sense to say do over. That's not what I had in mind. That's not what I was thinking of, but it makes sense. So Primrose, that's also okay, right? But here I want to say tore up. Why not tore down? Tear down, we usually use with a building. Yeah, we usually use it with a building. For example, we tore down the old church because the roof had some problems. Tear up means, oh gosh, let's say I have my notebook here, right? I can take a piece of paper, I tear it up into many pieces. Yeah, I tore it up. Have you ever had that situation where you just can't do the homework, no matter how hard you try, and you try and you try and you try, and you can't do it? For me, it was like this with maths. My maths is very bad. Okay, yes. So I tore it up. I tore it up and threw it in the bin. Very nice. Okay, next sentence. Okay, stop telling us about how bad the traffic was this morning and just your presentation. The traffic isn't important. Stop telling us about how bad the traffic was this morning and just your presentation. The traffic isn't important. What do we think? What's the correct answer here? Stop telling us about how bad the traffic this morning and just your presentation. The traffic isn't important. So let's set the scene. So we have somebody on the stage. They are giving a speech, right? They are giving a talk. Catch up your presentation. Maybe. What does everyone else think? Catch up your presentation. Now, remember, catch up, actually, we always need to use another preposition. We need to say catch up with a person, catch up on a thing. So catch up, just go ahead. I'll catch up with you. I'll catch up with you. Call on. Hong, so some people were not here yesterday, so maybe this is going to be a bit difficult for you because yesterday we learned all of these verbs. But call on, the meaning of call on is to choose a student or somebody in a class and ask them for the answer. So, hey, what's the answer, right? So I say, hey, Jessica, tell me the answer to question C, right? That is call on. Call on. Yeah, catch up, we need to say catch up. Let me write this here. We need to say catch up on, like a project or a thing, and catch up with people or news or information. Oh, sorry, my computer. Information. Right, so actually, sometimes you guys will notice that with a phrasal verb, we have another preposition. Now, this preposition, so on, with, at, it's not part of the verb, okay? It's not part of the verb. I'm going to show you guys this today. That's what we're going to talk about today. So let me find the correct page. 1 second. Okay, so we're going to talk about this later, but I will give you guys just a short introduction here, okay? So some phrasal verbs have two particles that commonly go together. What is a particle? A particle is a small word. It could be like an adverb. It could also be a preposition. So these three-word phrasal verbs, actually, they have the same meaning as the two-word versions. So when do we use this one? We use the second particle to add a prepositional phrase to a sentence. Let's just look at some examples of this. We'll look at this more in detail later. For example, watch out and watch out for. The meaning is the same, but if I want to add a noun or some other information, I need to use for. So I can just say, watch out. You almost ran over that child. I can say that alone. But if I want to add who, I should say, watch out for. Watch out for pedestrians while you're driving. And these particles here, actually, they are not part of the phrasal verb, but they very commonly will go together with the phrasal verb. So the meaning of watch out and watch out for is the same. So for, we just add, right? We just add it like this at the end. If you want to add, for example, a noun, right? Let's drop in on grandma. We ran out of milk. So you're giving an extra noun, you're giving extra information. We got back from Hawaii, okay? We will look more at this later today. But yes, catch up, we can say catch up on or catch up with. Get on with. PM Sec, you are correct. Congratulations. Yes, the correct answer here is get on with. Stop telling us about how bad the traffic was this morning and just get on with your presentation. What does this mean? It means just do it seriously, right? Remember, get on with has two meanings. Now, get on with has two meanings. What are the meanings? The first meaning is to have a good relationship with someone. So I get on with my brother. Yeah, I get on with my brother. The second meaning is to continue doing something or do something a little bit faster, do something properly, right? So stop messing around, stop being naughty, just get on with your work. Get on with your work, right? Do your work properly. Don't waste time. Okay. Okay, let me do one more. Okay, I have been offered 3 different jobs. Yeah, this is a very lucky situation for this person to be in, I think. I have been offered 3 different jobs. Help! I can only, maybe we can say accept one, right? So this person has gone to a job interview, 3 different job interviews, and all different companies really like them. Right, I have been offered 3 different jobs. Help! I can only accept one. Which 2 should I? Yeah, I can only accept one. Which 2 should I? What do you think? PM Sec, you are correct. Again, well done. You're doing great this morning. You're doing very well. Yeah, turn down, right? Which jobs should I refuse? Which job should I turn down? Which two should I turn down? So usually we can turn down an offer, we can turn down an invitation. Okay, everyone, I will do one more and then it's your turn, okay? Then it's your turn. I'd like you to also write a sentence like this, and we should all guess what word should fill in the blanks. Okay, let me do one last one. Okay, the last sentence. I'm sorry, I just can't. The idea of working from home. It wastes time and you can't meet your colleagues. It doesn't make sense to me. Okay. Yay! Yeah, well done. Well done, you can do it. I'm sorry, I just can't. The idea of working from home. It wastes time and you can't meet your colleagues. It doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me. I'm sorry, I just can't. The idea of working from home. It wastes time and you can't meet your colleagues. It doesn't make sense to me. Okay, what do we think? What do we think the correct answer is here? I will wait. I am very happy to wait. In this job, live streaming, I think I wait every single day. I'm very happy to wait. What do you guys think? Which phrasal verb is this? I'm sorry, I just can't. The idea of working from home. Hello? What do we think? If you don't know, you can message, you can say, teacher, I don't know. That's fine. Yeah, teacher, I don't know. Teacher, I don't know. Help me. Yeah, and I will help you. Everyone, PMSec is on a roll today. Three correct. 3 correct. Everybody, please give him a round of applause. Well done, well done. Yeah, I just can't get behind. Not do over. Do over, Hong. Again, I don't think you were there yesterday, so it makes it a little bit difficult. But do over means to do something again or to start something again. And we usually use it for like big projects or pieces of work. For example, doing an exam, or writing an essay, something like this. So you could say, for example, I failed the exam. I have to do it over. Yeah, I have to do it over. I have to do it again. So the correct answer here is get behind. Yeah, remember everyone, get behind has 2 meanings. The first meaning is to support an idea or think that an idea is good. Yeah, So I can't get behind the idea of working from home. Well done. Yeah. I can't support this idea. I don't agree with it, and I can't give my support to this idea. It wastes time and you can't meet your colleagues. It doesn't make sense to me. Good. Yeah. Get behind. The other meaning is that you have too much work to do and you are very busy. Yay! Yeah, well done. Well done. Congratulations. Everybody else, I think, is asleep this morning. Usually we have many people who are writing, but I think today maybe they are all working. I'm joking. They are not asleep. I know that you are not asleep. I know that you are all working. You are all very busy. I understand that. Okay. All right. Everyone, I will now give you 3 minutes. I'd like you all to choose a word, and you can choose any phrasal verb here, okay? You can choose also get behind, turn down, get on with, tore it up, yeah? You can also choose those ones, that's okay. I'd like you to please write one sentence with a gap, okay? Please write one sentence with a gap, and we should guess what word goes in the gap. Please write one sentence with, yeah? We should guess which verb goes in the gap. Okay, so just like I have done here. Just like I have done here. Now, mine are very long, but yours can be very short. That's totally fine. Yeah, that's totally fine. Okay, everyone, I will give you 3 minutes. Please write a sentence using any of these words is okay. Yeah, any of these words. Get on with, run into, show up, tear up, call on, catch up, get behind, ask out, turn down, do over, turn up, and tear down. So I think you will remember some of them. Maybe you will not remember others. So I think this will be a good exercise to see who remembers. Ah, somebody laugh reacted. Who laughed? Yeah, PM Stack laughed. Very nice. All right, everyone, I will give you all 3 minutes. I will give you all 3 minutes. Sorry, everyone, I muted myself. I said, thank you very much for the help. Good. Yeah, Narimon, this is a great sentence. The task is to write it with a gap. So we should guess which verb goes there. But this is a great sentence, right? Narimon says, I need to get on with my assignment because the due date is tomorrow. The due date is tomorrow. Yeah. Narimon, when we're talking about dates in the future, we usually use the present simple. Because will be, it sounds like we are making a decision, right? For example, I will be early tomorrow. I am making a decision right now that I am going to be early tomorrow. So the due date will be tomorrow. It sounds like you are making a decision right now. When should the due date be? I know, tomorrow. So we can just say the due date is tomorrow. Yes, good. I need to get on with my assignment. Let's put that here. Yeah, I need to get on with. Get on with is a little bit of a difficult verb to understand, I think. Because the due date is tomorrow. Assignment is like homework or a project that you have to do. A task that you have to do. Yeah. Get on with here, it means I need to continue. I need to do it seriously. I need to do it well, right? I can't be distracted. I need to get on with it. Okay, we have some other examples. I will wait for 1 more minute to see if anyone else writes anything. Okay, PM Sec has 1, 2. Narimon has 1. Narimon has 2. Shutamas has 1. Thank you very much, guys. Let's see. Wait 1 more minute to see if anybody else has a sentence. Ooh. Oh my gosh, I nearly dropped my water bottle. This is, everybody, you know that I drink from this water bottle every day. It's my favorite water bottle I think that I have ever owned in my life. Why? Because I can hold it like this, right? For me, if I have to hold it like this, my hands are quite small. So this water bottle is far too big for me. So holding it like this is very practical. And I like that it's comfortable. I can swing it like this. Also, it's very good. It keeps the heat. I can put in some hot things and it will stay hot. I like it a lot. I really like it a lot. But sometimes it's a little bit too big, and so sometimes I almost drop it. Okay. Yeah. All right, let's continue. So run into, for example, be careful not to run into debt. Yes. Guys, I think that PM Sec is the only one who understood the task. But you have all written good sentences. The task is we should guess which verb goes in the gap, right? But it doesn't matter. You have all written very nice sentences. Exactly. Be careful not to run into debt. So, Shutamas, the normal meaning of run into that we talked about yesterday means to, sorry, Narimon just asked a question. Yeah, the normal meaning means to bump into someone, so to see somebody unexpectedly. So in this case, it doesn't mean to see someone unexpectedly, to run into debt. It's like a collocation. Do you guys know what this means? What is a collocation? Well, a collocation is when 2 or more words commonly go together. So for example, believe in, right? We often say believe in. You don't have to say believe in. You could say believe that, right? But it commonly goes together. It commonly goes together. So the run into here is like a collocation, right? So run into debt means get into debt. Very nice. The administration gets behind the school project. Yes, Narimon, this is a great sentence. You've used get behind very well. Just one thing here for me, I would not use gets behind in the present simple. I would not use it in this tense. Why? Because the school project is one specific project. Everyone, remember when you use the word the, we are talking about something that I know and you know. This is very important. Whenever we use the, it means both of us know which one we are talking about. So for example, if I say, let's get the bus at 8 p.m. I know which bus and you know which bus. Or if I say, let's take the taxi, what does that mean? That means there is a specific taxi that I am talking about. For example, maybe it's waiting outside, right? It's just one taxi that I am talking about. I don't mean any taxi. I mean this taxi right here, right? So here with gets behind, because you are saying the school project, that means one specific school project. I know which project, you know which project. It's not any project, it's only one project. So it gets behind, that feels very strange, because that means every day, every week, every month, they get behind the same project, which kind of sounds a bit strange, right? Because I think I would say is getting behind, because we are talking about one project, so we are talking about now. Okay. If you are in wondering, you just, Can you guys guess what this one is? I'm not sure I can guess which one this one is, PMSec. Which one is this? Can you tell us? Shutamas has given a great example, ask out. For example, John is too shy to ask Sarah out for dinner together. Yes, this is a great example of what we were just talking about, right? So John is too shy to ask Sarah out for dinner together. We have ask out, but we also have ask out for, right? Now, this for is not part of the phrasal verb. This is a collocation. That means when two or more words commonly go together. So I could say ask out for dinner, for lunch, for breakfast. Maybe not breakfast, right? You don't go on a date with someone for breakfast. Maybe brunch. You could go on a date with someone for brunch, like 11 a.m. at the weekend. Yeah, I think it's okay. But this for, it kind of belongs to for dinner, right? It doesn't belong to ask out, because I could say, what are we eating for dinner? And it's the same, right? This is a collocation. This is a collocation, not a true phrasal verb. Yeah, this is a great example. So we could either say, John is too scared to ask Sarah out, finished, then the sentence finishes, or then for dinner together. But remember, we don't need to say for dinner, because actually ask out means to ask someone on a date. Okay, Narimon has a question. Narimon says, does get on with mean proceed? Thank you. Get on with is quite difficult to define. So let me see if the dictionary can do it better than me. Okay. Okay. Let me share this tab and let's talk about the different meanings of get on with, okay? 1 second. Sorry, everyone. My computer it's very slow. Oh. Yeah, my computer is very slow. It's not designed to stream. It's just a little MacBook Air, so sometimes it has some challenges. I'm trying to make the font bigger. Please bear with me, okay? Please bear with me. Okay, here we go. Okay, so to get on with something means to start or continue doing something, especially work. So you might say to me, Melissa, okay, but start and continue, they are quite different meanings. But get on with, actually, it means to do something properly. What do I mean? I mean, let's say, maybe you guys know this situation, that when you are doing your work, Sometimes you are distracted, right? Sometimes you are watching YouTube. Sometimes you are messaging people on Facebook. You are not fully concentrating. So your work is taking like a long time. So if you get on with it, that means no Facebook, no YouTube. That means you properly just do your work, okay? So to get on with something, usually when we use this expression, we use it in contrast to being very distracted and doing something slowly or not doing it properly. For example, the example I gave with the speech, right? Let's look at the beginning. Yeah? The example I gave with the speech, the presentation. Stop telling us how bad the traffic was and get on with your presentation. So here, the person is not doing their presentation well, right? They are not telling us about their company. They are telling us about the traffic. They're not doing it properly, right? The presentation is taking longer than it should take. So get on with it means do it properly, right? Do it well, do it concisely. Or again here, I need to get on with my assignment because the due date is tomorrow. It means like maybe before this, I have been putting it off. Yeah, I've been saying, I've been saying, oh, it's okay, I can do it tomorrow. I can do it the next day. But now you can't do it tomorrow. The due date is tomorrow. So you need to get on with it. That means to do it properly, right? To really focus and do it. I hope that's clear. Let's look at some more examples. Let's look at some more examples. For example, here, stop talking and get on with it. Perfect example, right? It means that someone is not doing their job properly, right? They are talking too much. So their boss or their friend says maybe, stop talking and get on with it. Just do it. Do it properly. Just work properly. The example number 2, I like to be left to get on with the job. What does this mean? It means maybe in this person's work, some people will distract them a lot, right? Some people are always coming up and talking to them, distracting them, so they can't get on with the job, right? They can't do it properly. They can't do it well. They can't concentrate. Let's look at some more examples. He finished his cup of tea and got on with the gardening, right? They got on with the gardening. So here he was maybe putting off doing the gardening, or he didn't want to do the gardening. He got on with it, right? So he continued doing it. He started doing it properly. Okay? Okay. All right. That was a very long-winded explanation, but it's quite a difficult word to use. Okay, let's look at Shutamas. Shutamas says, do over. For example, the teacher told him to do the assignment over. Good. Guys, I noticed that you all say X, for example. We don't write this in English, okay? Because X means like the ex-president, the ex-boyfriend. Sorry, everyone, give me one moment. Okay, so yeah, the ex means like the previous, the prior, right? The ex-president, the ex-boyfriend. So if you want to give an example, what can you say in English? You can say E.g. E.g. Yeah, you can say E.g. What is it short for? Actually, this is short for a Latin word, right? This is short for a Latin word, and the Latin word is exempli Grazie. And it just means, for example. So you can say e.g. And notice that again, we put a full stop after E and also after G. This is quite unusual in English. Yeah, this is quite unusual in English. Okay, let's continue. But your sentence is perfect. PM said, it's correct. I'm not sure what you mean. I'm not sure what your sentence means. If you are wondering, you just, I'm not sure what this sentence means, I'm afraid. So let me know. Thank you. Yes. Yes, we really don't say X. And again, remember to pronounce it EG. So there are a few words like this in English. We have EG, exempli, grazia or gratia. To be honest, most English people will not know what this stands for, right? They don't know what this is an acronym for. We just know that EG means, for example, right? So you don't need to worry about this. Yeah, EG just means, for example. Okay. All right, everyone, let's have a short break now for 10 minutes, and then we will continue. Okay, then we will continue. Let's have a short break for 10 minutes, then we will continue. We will continue with our phrasal verbs. We will get on with learning phrasal verbs. So let's come back at 10:33. All right, I will see you guys in 10 minutes. All right, everyone. Hello, I'm back. Welcome back. Welcome back, welcome back. Calling everyone who is taking a break. I have returned. Okay, enough of that. Danny's here too. Wonderful to see you, Danny. Danny says, good morning, Teacher May. I hope you get better now. Yes, Danny, I feel a lot better now. Thank you. I don't know what happened yesterday. I had a huge headache and I just felt very exhausted. But I feel better today, so that's good. I have a break time from the job for a while so I could join the lessons and I'll catch up the lessons that I've missed. Thank you for your kindness. Thank you very much for your kind words and thank you for joining. And Danny shared the other day, if you guys remember, Danny shared a really beautiful story in our evening class. And I wanted to, again, thank you for sharing that because, I don't know, as a teacher, it's wonderful to know, to hear other stories of how teachers have improved and touched people's lives. So really thank you for sharing that story, Danny. Like I will not forget that one. All right, everyone. So here are some more examples from yesterday, right? Jake said he can't come to the party because he's so busy and he has to catch up on his work. Again, here you can see we have this third word, on. This plan's not going to work. We'll have to try another one. We'll have to do it over. I can really get behind the idea of walking to school instead of driving. Yeah? I haven't seen Amelia for a long time, and then I ran into her in a coffee shop last Thursday. How strange. Okay. Now, everyone, let's review some of the words that we learned yesterday. We talked about do over, ask out, to show up, right? To turn up, tear down, tear up. We know all of these. Catch up on, call on, right? We also talked about verbs with call. It means to pick one student or person and ask them a question. Get on with. Nice. Okay, let me share the document. Okay, and let's talk about these verbs, yeah? Now let's talk about these 2 or 3 word phrasal verbs. So again, here, this part, we don't need it, but you need it if you want to add an extra noun. So watch out for what, okay? So let's just take this first one as an example, okay? Let's just take this first one as an example. So, oh, I don't mean 2/3, I mean 2 or 3. Yeah, everyone, this is 2/3, 2/3. I don't mean 2/3, I mean 2 or 3. Phrasal verbs. So, watch out. Let's look at this one as a first example. Okay, watch out. So, watch out means to be careful, right? Yes, to be careful. So I can say, if I just want to say it on its own, that's fine. I can say, watch out. That tree is falling. Or I can say, when you walk home alone at night, you have to watch out, right? This means you have to be careful. You have to be careful. You have to watch out. But watch out what? Here I have to say for, right? Watch out for what? So for example, you have to watch out for cars, right? If you're walking home alone at night, you have to watch out for cars. So we can add a noun here. You have to watch out for, I don't know, your brother. Yeah, you have to watch out for your brother. Let's look at the next example. So watch out for, to be careful, right? You almost ran over that child, but watch out for pedestrians. Who are pedestrians? Pedestrians are the people that are walking on the street, right? Pedestrians. Watch out for pedestrians while you're driving. Let's look at the next one. Okay, so to drop in. To drop in means to visit and visit and it's visit kind of quickly. Yeah, it's visit casually. So maybe you don't organize it. Maybe you don't organize it. Maybe you just go by. Exactly. Watch out, Danny. You're going to hit the electricity pole. I think when many people, when we walk, we are often looking at our phones. We're not looking up. We're looking at our phones. So we all need to watch out. But good. Here is a great example. If I said, watch out for Danny, that means Danny is dangerous. And we should all be careful of Danny. We should all be careful of Danny. Okay, so drop in, to visit unexpectedly. To drop in is to visit casually or for a short time or unexpectedly, right? You don't organize it in advance. So I love it when friends drop in. I love it when friends drop in. But you can say, let's drop in on grandma on the way home. Yeah, let's drop in on grandma on the way home. Okay. Let's look at another example. Maybe you guys know this one, run out. To run out means there's no more of something. For example, the milk ran out. Yeah, the milk ran out. This one is a little bit difficult because in English you actually can say something ran out, but you can also say we ran out of something. So there are two ways in which you can say this. I can say, the hot water ran out, so I had to have a shower with cold water. The hot water ran out, so I had to have a shower with cold water. I noticed that in Thailand, I guess because it's so hot, you don't need hot water all the time. But I'm telling you guys, if you come to the UK and you want to take a shower and the water is cold, you could actually get sick, right? You could actually get sick if you shower in cold water. Even if you shower in hot water, you could get sick because it's so cold. You know, when you are like drying yourself, you are like, when I was a child, I hated having a shower because I hated being cold. And it's so cold in the UK in the winter when you have a shower. It's so cold. So when I was a child, my mother used to always say, hey, you can play with your toys after you shower, right? She would try and find some way to make me want to shower because I hated it. Yeah, so the hot water ran out. To run out. Drop in on. To run out of. So to have no more of something. So for example, the hot water ran out, but you can say we have run out of hot water. Now we've run out of hot water. Okay, let's look at the next one. Get back. Yeah, get back. So we just have 4 of these as an example. So it's quite easy, I think, to understand. To get back from. So when did you get back, right? When did you return from a trip? But we got back from Hawaii late last night. Yeah, when did you get back? We got back from Hawaii late last night. To get back from. Yeah, we can say to return from a trip. So we got back last night. We got back from Hawaii last night. Okay, everyone. So we have these 4. Now, let me test you, okay? Let me test you. So I'm going to write a sentence, everyone, and I'd like you to tell me, do I need another word or not? Do I need another word or not? Danny says, I'd like to drop in. Danny, let's look at this in more detail. Drop in you. We can't say that. Why? Because you is a noun, right? It's a pronoun. A pronoun is a type of noun. So we have to say drop in on, yeah, to visit someone casually. Let's drop in on Grandma. Let's drop in on Miss May, right? Let's drop in on Danny on the way home. That means let's visit Grandma, let's visit Miss May, let's visit Danny on the way home. Okay? All right, so I'm going to write a sentence, and I'd like you to tell me, do I need a word here? Do I need an extra word here? If I do, what word do I need? Okay, I'll remind you guys, it is watch out for, drop in on, run out of, and get back from. So sentence 1, let's have a look. What can I say? Okay, I will make a space so you can't see. Okay, sentence 1. It's winter now. It looks like the good weather has what? I have 2 options, right? I can either say run out or I can say run out of. Which one is correct here? It's winter now. It looks like the good weather has run. What can I say? Run out. Yeah, Primrose, you're correct. We don't need to say run out of, right? Because we don't have a noun. Good, has run out. Very nice. Okay, let's look at another example. First of all, we'll look at some examples just using these ones. Then I'm going to test you guys with some random phrasal verbs, and I'm going to see if you know those, okay? So, it's so icy outside. Watch black ice and make sure you don't slip. Do you guys know what black ice is? Maybe you don't. If you have not lived in a country that has snow in the winter, maybe you don't. So black ice is ice that you can't see. It's ice that you can't see. It's invisible. And it's very dangerous because you are just walking along the street and suddenly you will slip. Yeah, maybe you will hit your head, especially for elderly people or for children. It's very, very dangerous. Okay, so you guys, Primrose says watch out. Hong says out. Now Primrose says watch out for. Primrose, which one is correct? Watch out or watch out for? Which one is correct? Watch out or watch out for? Does anyone else know? Yeah, out is correct. Watch out. Danny says, watch out. You guys are wrong. The correct answer here is watch out for. Why? Because black ice is a noun. So let's look again, right? When we have a noun, we have to add this extra word. So we got back last night, but we got back from noun, yeah, from Hawaii last night. Basically, if you want to add more information, you should add this extra word. Okay, the next one, it's the same. Drop in on who? Yeah, I love it when friends drop in, but let's drop in on Grandma, Miss May, Danny on the way home. We've run out of hot water. You have to watch out for cars, right? So watch out for black ice and make sure you don't slip. Yes, good. Okay, I will do one more of these words that we have known. Then I shall do some random phrasal verbs. Some random phrasal verbs, and let's see if you guys know those. Okay. What can I say? Ooh. What about this one? This one, I haven't given you the verb. I'd like you to fill the whole thing out yourself, okay? You should always arrange to meet up with people. You should never just them. So actually, I think this is a cultural difference. Because I noticed that in Thailand, you will often just meet people very unexpectedly, right? But in the UK, to be honest, you can say hello quickly to somebody, but if you want to stay for like half an hour or 1 hour or 2 hours, you should always tell them in advance. And that's not the same as it used to be. So actually, it used to be like in my grandparents' generation, even maybe in my parents' generation, that if you just stopped by, if you just dropped by, then they will always make you welcome. But now I think everybody is so busy, right? We have so much to do that if you just drop by, sometimes people will be a bit stressed, right? They will be a bit stressed. I think now for most young British people, we don't really enjoy it if someone just like knocks on the door very unexpectedly. Maybe you could say, hey, I'm going to say hello in half an hour. I will just stay for 15 minutes. I think that's fine. I think that's lovely. But if you just really if you just knock on the door, maybe they are not ready, right? Maybe they are in the bath. Maybe they are cooking. Maybe they are on a call. So you don't know if it's going to be convenient. But I think this is a cultural difference. What do you guys think? What's the answer to number 3? What's the answer to number 3? You should always arrange to meet up with people. You should never just them. What do we think? It's not watch out for. What's the correct answer here? What's the correct answer to this one? If you don't remember, you can type, I don't remember. Okay, Naramon has given us an answer. Thank you, Naramon. Who else? What do we think? Naramon says, drop in on. Pop up to them? No, you can't say this. That sounds very strange. You can say pop in. That's okay. Yeah, pop in. Pop in means to go into somewhere for a very short period of time. So for example, I'll just pop into the shops. Yeah, that means I will just go to the shops for a very short period of time. We have so many phrasal verbs in English. Yeah, drop in on. Exactly. You should never just drop in on them. Why? Right? Because this is a pronoun. You should never just drop in on them. Okay, everyone. Now, let's have a look at these cards. Okay, let's have a look at these cards. These are all random phrasal verbs, okay? Some of these maybe you know, some of these maybe you don't know. Some of these maybe you know, some of them pop in on. Yeah, you can say, again, good, you can say pop in on somebody. So you pop in, but you pop in on somebody. You don't pop in on a place, you pop in on a person, yeah? Okay, let me share my screen. Okay, so we have some different verbs here. Okay, so what I'm going to do just now is I'm going to, first of all, I'm just going to scroll down. And if there are any phrasal verbs that you don't know, please tell me, okay? And then we can talk about them. Because I don't know what you know, I don't know what you don't know, right? Okay, so we have ask out, call back, call off, call on, call up, come over, cross out, do over, drop in, drop out, figure out, fill in, fill out, fill up, and get along. Everybody, are there any verbs here that you don't know? So we learned some of them yesterday, right? We looked at the verbs with call yesterday. So call up, what does call up mean? Right, call up means to call somebody that you like. To call somebody that you like. Call on means to choose someone in a class. What about call off? What about call off? Everybody, please tell me. I will give you 2 minutes. Please type in the comments. Can you give me an example sentence with call off? Call off. Can you give me an example sentence with call off? Can you give me an example sentence with call off? What does call off mean? Do you remember? Does anyone remember? PM Sec, it's okay. Thank you for coming and joining the class anyway. Again, I understand everybody is busy. Yeah, everybody is very busy at the moment. And good luck for your preparation for the festival. I hope that goes well. Danny Dan says, I will call off my meeting with my students. Yes, very good. Now, why is Danny's sentence so good? Because call off, yes. Call off means to cancel, but call off means to cancel when I am the person organizing it, right? When I am the person organizing it. So very good. I will call off my meeting with my students. I will call off my meeting with my students. But I can't call off a doctor's appointment. Why? Because I am not the person who is organizing it. I am not the person who is in charge. What about drop out? What is drop out? For example, I can say, and this is true, by the way, my brother dropped out of school. My brother dropped out of school. My brother dropped out of school when he was 15 years old. It's true, it's true. My brother dropped out of school when he was 15 years old. It means that he stopped studying, right? He dropped out of school. He dropped out of university. He stopped studying. Okay, let's look at the next page. Let's see if there's any more words that you don't know. Oh, so many with get. Get back. Get in. Get off. Get on. Get out of. Get over. Get through. Give up. Hand in. Hand out. Hang up. Look up. Make up. Pick up. Put away. Oh, so many ones. Are there any here that you don't know? If there are, tell me and I can explain them for you. Otherwise, we will move on to a reading exercise. We will move on to a reading exercise. Nope. Okay, let's move on then to our reading exercise. Okay, so we have a reading here today. We have a reading here today with some phrasal verbs, okay? We have a reading here today with some phrasal verbs. Let's have a look at our reading. Okay, I will give you guys 2 minutes to read this. 2 minutes to read this. And after you read this, I have a question. 1, what kind of person is Sarah? And 2, what kind of person is James? Okay, everyone, I will give you 2 minutes. Please read this. Please read this. I will give you 2 minutes. Okay, I will be back in 1 moment, everyone. Please read this text, okay? 2 minutes. You have 2 minutes. Tell me, what kind of person is Sarah and what kind of person is James? This is quite a silly story. Okay, Danny says Danny has to go to work now. I will come back to catch up on the lessons later. Thank you, teaching me. Thank you very much, Danny. Thank you very much, Danny. Good luck with your work. Good luck with your work. Okay, everyone. Now, please write, okay? What kind of person is Sarah? What kind of person is Sarah? What is her personality like? What happens in this text? What happens in this text? I will give you guys 2 minutes now to write, okay? I think you have read it. Now I will give you 2 minutes to write it. So this is the story of a woman called Sarah and a very handsome man called James. Yeah, a very handsome man called James. But what kind of person is Sarah? What kind of person is James? Everyone, please write in the comments. What kind of person is Sarah? What kind of person is James? Everybody, I think, maybe you guys are working, you can't answer. No one can answer me. Oh, very sad, very lonely, very alone. Well, let's just read it through first of all, okay? Let's read it through first of all. For a long time, Sarah wanted to go out with a very handsome man called James. And then one day, he turned up at her door, just like that. She asked him in. James took his coat off and sat down. Then he explained that while driving past her house, his car broke down. It was outside. Sarah said James could call out a mechanic, and she looked up the nearest garage in the phone book. She offered him a cup of tea. He accepted, but then she realized there was no milk. We've run out of milk, she said. And there should be a punctuation mark here. And popped out to buy some more. While Sarah was away, the mechanic turned up. He got on with mending the car, and James watched. When it was mended, James got in his car and drove away. In the shop, Sarah suddenly remembered her baby sister, who she was looking after, was at home. She ran back to the house and saw that James had left. Her little sister was crying inside, and she had no keys. Shutamas has answered, thank you. Thank you very much. Shutamas says, Sarah was friendly to help James, who got some difficulties, such as his car breaking down. Yes. So Sarah, I think, is very friendly, right? She wants to help him. How does she want to help him? She asks him in. She says that he can call out a mechanic, and she looks up the nearest garage in the phone book. She then pops out to buy some milk, right? So she does all of these 4 things that are kind. First, she asks him in. Secondly, she calls out a mechanic. Thirdly, she looks up the nearest garage in the phone book. And fourthly, she pops out to buy some milk. Good. Do you know, I think Sarah is kind, but I think she is a little bit forgetful. I think she is a little bit forgetful. Why do I say this? Because she is so eager. She is so excited to help this handsome man called James that she likes. that she forgets about her little sister in the house. She forgets about her little sister in the house. It's a little bit crazy. All right, what about James? What kind of person do you think James is? What kind of person do you think James is? I will give you guys 2 minutes to write. What kind of person is James? I don't think that James is a very nice person. Why? Because he uses Sarah. He needs her, so he is very nice to her. He comes in, she gives him a cup of coffee, and then she disappears. So he disappears, right? Because the mechanic comes and fixes his car. He doesn't even wait for Sarah. Sarah has gone out to the shops. James doesn't even wait for her. He just immediately disappears. He just goes in his car and leaves. And he also leaves her sister crying alone in the house. I don't think that James is a very nice person. I think he's quite a mean person. Okay. I'd like you guys now to tell me, how many phrasal verbs do we have in this text? How many phrasal verbs do we have in this text? Let's count them, okay? I will give you guys 1 minute. Okay, we have a lot of phrasal verbs. I've counted, and I hope that I am right. I'm not sure how many there are. I think there are 16. I think there are 16 phrasal verbs here. 16 different phrasal verbs. Can you guys find them? Let's find them. Okay. First, we have go out. Then we have turned up. Then we have took his coat off. Sat down. Everybody, this is a really good example of how important phrasal verbs are. Why? Because actually this paragraph reads completely naturally. This doesn't sound weird. This sounds like totally normal English. You found 14 phrasal verbs. Very nice. Shitamas, can you tell me what are the other ones that you have found? Can you type them for me? What are the other words that you have found? Can you type them for me? Yeah, we have go out, turn up. So he unexpectedly arrived. She asked him in. What does this mean? It means she said, hey, would you like to come in? Yeah, would you like to come in? Let me ask you in. That means I ask, do you want to come in? Yeah, do you want to come in? So let me, let's highlight the new ones. Yeah, let's highlight the new ones. Okay, took his coat off and sat down. What else do we have? Got on. Yeah, got on. Well done, Primrose. Thank you. Where is got on? He got on with. Yes, he got on with. We learned this one today, right? Again, here we have with. Why? Because this is a verbal noun, right? He got on with doing something. He got on with mending his car. So I'm going to highlight this one as well because this is a new word that we learned today. He got on with mending the car. What else does Primrose say? Got in. Got in. Yeah, got in. Good. He got in his car. Yeah, he got in his car. Nice. He got in his car. He got in his car. So she asked him in. He got on with mending the car. When it was mended, James got in his car. What else do we have? What other phrasal verbs are there here? Well, his car broke down. His car broke down. What about here? What is call out? What does call out mean here? Well, in this context, call out means call someone and ask them to come to your house. So why do we say out? Because usually they're not in the garage. They have to leave the garage. They have to go out of the garage. So you could say call out. It's like anything where you want someone to come to your house is call out. So you could say call out a plumber, right? I have a problem with the bathroom, so I need to call out a plumber. I have a problem with the bathroom, so I need to call out a plumber. So let's highlight this one as well. Yeah, she looked up the nearest garage in the phone book. She offered him a cup of tea. He accepted. But then she realized there was no milk. What other words do we have? We've run out of milk. And again, here you can see there are 3 words, right? 3 words. We've run out of milk. Why? Because milk is a noun. Yeah, milk is a noun. So we've run out of something. Okay, let me highlight this one because this is also a new word today. Oh, I did not mean to do that. Let's change that. Okay. Okay. She said, and popped out. She popped out. What is to pop out? What is to pop out? To pop out is a very casual word. It means to quickly, if you pop somewhere, you quickly go somewhere. So pop out means to quickly leave your house to get something. So I could say, for example, Lily popped out to get a pint of milk. Yeah. So this is not a long shopping trip. Lily popped out to get a pint of milk. It's just a very short trip. You can pop in, yeah, which means to go in somewhere for a short time, very casual. So, for example, you could say, I'll pop in on you on the way back from work. This means I'll visit you very quickly on the way back from work. You can pop to. This is to go somewhere, right? So Lily popped to the shops to grab a pint of milk. And again, why do we say grab? Because it's more casual. It's like to get it quickly. Usually, usually in English, we don't say things like, Lily went to the shops and bought a pint of milk. It's like Thai, right? You have casual ways that you speak in every day. We don't say this. You'd say maybe Lily popped to the shops to grab a pint of milk. What is a pint of milk? A pint of milk is a small amount of milk. Okay, what else do we have in this text? Very nice. Okay. Primrose says, I often see the word call out as a call to speak out. Yes, to express your stance, attitude, and thoughts on a situation. Kind of. So call out does have another meaning. You're right. Sorry. This computer. Okay. Call someone out. What does this mean? This means to expose them or like address, or like, how can I say, make some negative thing clear. So let's see if we can find some examples for this again, because this is a little bit confusing. Okay. So the first meaning here, right, call out just means to ask to come. So here, for example, to ask someone to come in order to do a job, especially when it's an emergency. For example, we had to call out a doctor, right? So normally you would go to the hospital, but in this case, maybe it's not possible. The government called out the army to deal with violent disorder on the streets. However, we also have another meaning, to criticize someone or ask them to explain their actions. And usually this means to confront somebody. So it means to say, hey, you did this and it's not okay. Explain yourself, right? So I could say, my best friend treated his girlfriend badly yesterday, and I called him out on it. I called him out on it. That means I said to him, hey, yesterday I saw that you were really mean to your girlfriend. That's not okay. Why did you do it? Explain yourself, right? This is what to call someone out means. Let's look at some other examples. If he did anything wrong, I'd be the first to call him out on it. So you call someone out on something. Okay. I hope that explains it. Yeah. Ooh, where did it go? Call out. Okay, it deleted my text for some reason. That's very strange. Oh well. Okay. What other phrasal verbs do we have? Okay. Shutamas has found them. Wow. Everybody, let's give them a round of applause. Congratulations. Yeah, go out, turn up. Ask someone in, take it off. Sit down, kind of, yeah? Sit down, but the meaning is quite clear. So you could argue that maybe sit down is not a phrasal verb. Break down, call out, look up, run out of, pop out, turn up. You could also say was away, right? Maybe that is a phrasal verb. Drove away. Good. Get on with, get in, look after, run back. Very nice. So let's highlight the other ones. Yeah, looking after. She ran back. Again, you could argue that this is not really a phrasal verb. Why? Because it's very clear what the meaning is from the context. James is not a good person. James is really not a good person. Okay. Well done, everybody. All right. Let's have a look very quickly at some final exercises. Okay, so I'm going to test you guys now. Now we're going to do something that we haven't learned together. Now we're going to do something that we haven't learned together. So all of these verbs are now with put, okay? Put away, put back, put down, put off, put on, or put out. So this is like a test, okay? Because we haven't learned these. So I'm going to see if you guys can do this. Let me zoom in. I think that's a little small, right? Yeah, that's a little small. Okay, everyone please do number 1 and number 2. Is it put away, put back, put down, put off, put on, or put out? Number 1 and Number 2. I will give you 2 minutes. Okay, Shutamas already has an answer for the first one. Well done, well done. Again, so with put especially, there are sometimes multiple answers which could work, but I want you guys to use your brain, okay? Think, what is the most logical answer? What answer makes sense? Yeah, what answer makes the most sense in this context? What answer makes the most sense in this context? So Shutamas says put down, and put down, it does make sense, but it's not the one that makes the most sense in the context, Shutamas. So I'd like you to try and think a second time, okay? I spent all day cooking. So when she cancelled, I was really put. And number 2 is also incorrect. Everybody else, can you try and guess too? So far, we just have Shutamas guessing. What do you think? Nobody knows? Nobody knows? Okay, well, first of all, the first answer is not put down. It's put away. Put away. Yeah, put away. I put away all my shopping. Right? What does that mean? It means that not that you put it on the ground, but if you put it away, you put it in the fridge, you put it on the shelves, you put it where all your shopping should go, right? Maybe in the wardrobe. Maybe in the wardrobe. Okay, number 2. Can you guys have a guess? I spent all day cooking, so when she cancelled, I was really put off. Yeah, put off, it kind of makes sense here. Put off means like, I don't like it. Yeah, I don't like it. Okay, all right, everybody, maybe this is harder. Maybe this is harder than I thought. I thought that maybe you guys would be able to guess this. No worries, that's okay. We'll look at this in more detail. For now, let's have a quick break. Okay, let's have a 10-minute break. And I'm going to leave this on the screen. If you want to try, you can try. Please try if you'd like to, and then we can mark it when I come back. Let's have a 10-minute break and come back at 11:37. Okay? I will see you guys in 10 minutes time. I will see you guys in 10 minutes time. All right, everyone, welcome back. Welcome back. I'm sorry that I am 1 minute late. Hello, everyone. I hope you're doing well. Welcome back. So I put on the screen here for you guys the definitions of these words, okay? So we have to put away, which means to place something where it should go, right? So put your computer away. That means put your computer where your computer goes, right? Maybe your computer goes on maybe it should be on your desk, right? Maybe your computer should always be in your bag. Maybe your computer should always be, I don't know, right? Put your computer away, that means put your computer where it should be, where it belongs. So when you're not using it, where does it go? Put it back, right? Very easy. Put down means don't hold it. Put it down. Put it down. It can also mean to insult someone, to make someone feel small, right? To make someone feel very small. Put off means to postpone or delay doing something. So for example, I always put off writing to the government because I find it very stressful and very boring. And that is and very difficult. That is the 3 worst things for any job to be, right? Stressful, boring, and difficult. I put off finishing my homework because I was bored. I put off exercising because I don't like working out, right? To put on means to add clothing, right? So I put this watch on. Actually, I got this watch in the post yesterday from Amazon. So the time is wrong. It says 10:09. So later I need to correct it. But I put off correcting it because I didn't know how. Yeah, I put off, it means I postponed, I delayed it because I didn't know how. To put out has 2 meanings. The first meaning, very easy, to place something outside. So please put the rubbish out, right? That means please put the rubbish outside onto the street where it can be collected. And the second meaning is you feel a little annoyed, a little inconvenienced by someone, yeah? So for example, let's say somebody arrives very early or very late. That will put you out, right? It will annoy you. It will make you feel, oh, why don't they respect my time? Why are they so early? Why are they so late? They don't respect me. I feel put out. Yeah, it means I feel kind of annoyed. To take off is to remove some clothing. So let's look at some examples, okay? No, I don't want to go to Malaysia. Go away. So to feel put out. Let's see. Let's look at some examples. To put someone out. Exactly. So it causes trouble or extra work for someone. So for example, would it put you out if we came tomorrow instead of today? So is this going to annoy you? Is this going to inconvenience you if we come tomorrow instead of today? And to annoy or upset someone, right? Often by what you do or say to them. For example, she was very put out when they turned up 2 hours late for dinner. Oh, I would be put out if someone turned up 2 hours late for dinner. I would be extremely annoyed. Can you imagine? 2 hours late. He seemed a bit put out at not having been invited. So he's a bit annoyed. He's a bit that he wasn't invited, okay? All right. What other verbs do we have? To put down. Let's have a look at put down. To put someone down. You can see there are lots and lots and lots of meanings of this. Put down, put down. Here we go. This meaning is to make someone feel silly or not important by criticizing them. Why did you have to put me down in front of everybody like that? Why did you have to insult me like that? Why did you have to make me feel so small like that? Okay, now let's have a look at our task. So put away, to put something in an appropriate spot. Put down, to place it in the spot where it was originally. Sorry, put back. Sorry, my bad, that's put back. To put down is to stop holding something or to insult someone. To put off is to postpone or delay. To put on, to add clothing. To put out is to place something outside or to be inconvenienced by someone. And then to take off is the opposite, right? To remove clothing. Put on, take off. Put on, take off. We don't say put off. Okay, everyone. So now let's continue this exercise, okay? I will give you 2 minutes. Please do number 3 and 4, okay? Please do number 3 and 4. So we know that the second one is put out. I told you guys that. Yeah, so I spent all day cooking. So when she cancelled, I was really put out. I think actually this should be a T, spent. I think this should be the past tense. When she cancelled, I was really put out. Yeah, I was really annoyed. I was really annoyed when she cancelled. Okay, number 3 and number 4. Everyone, Primrose and Shitamas, you have exactly opposite answers. I'd like you to think it's warm in here. Coat on or off? It's warm, it's hot. It's okay, yeah, take off. We're going to take off my coat. Yeah, we're not going to put the coat on. We're going to take off the coat. Very nice. What about number 4? Very nice. What about number 4? Take out? Oh, hello, B. Nice to see you. Take out my coat? It's not going to be take out my coat. Why? Because take out means you take it outside, right? You're not going to take your coat outside. I mean, maybe you would, but first, before you take it outside, you must take it off, right? Okay, what about number 4? What about number 4? What is the answer to number 4? Okay, Primrose has given an answer. Yes, number 4 is put off, right? Let's remind ourselves of why. Put off means to postpone or delay, right? Put off means to postpone or to delay. Okay? So don't put it off. Don't put off until tomorrow what you can do today. We have that expression in English. Don't put off till tomorrow what you can do today. What does that mean? It means if you can do it today, you should do it today. You shouldn't wait until tomorrow. Don't put off till tomorrow what you can do today. So take off my coat. Okay, I can't put writing this report off any longer. And good, this one is put off is separable, right? We can separate it. I can't put what off? Writing this report off. Yeah, I can't put writing this report off any longer. Okay, everyone. What about 5 and 6? 5 and 6? What about 5 and 6? Let me know. The librarian put out all of the books that got returned last week. Again, everybody, please think, what happens in a library? What happens in a library? So first of all, the books get put back into the library, right? So they all have their own places. So you don't put them out, you put them back. Yeah, you put them back. The library put back, or I think I could say also put away. Yeah, the library put back, or the library put away all the books that got returned last week. Why? Because they all have a special place, right? Every book in the library has a special place. Okay, what about number 6? Number 6. What do you guys think about number 6? Number 6. So that was rude of you to say. You shouldn't put people like that. So it was rude of them. So this person feels insulted. This person feels humiliated. Not put out, but it's a good guess, right? Put out. Again, let's remember, put out means to inconvenience someone or to annoy someone. Put down is the correct answer. Put down means to insult someone. Yeah, put down means to insult somebody. So maybe if it were like that was rude of you to do, you could maybe say put out. But here we will say put down because this person has insulted someone. Put down, it literally means like imagine the person, normal people are here, you make them feel small, you crush them. Okay, let's do number 7 and number 8. Number 7 and number 8. You shouldn't put people away. Oh, what does this mean? Put people away? Put people away, that sounds like I need to go in my box. I don't have a box, I am a person. We put toys away, we put books away, we put clothes away, we put shopping away, right? We put them back in the places where they should go. That is what to put away means. You don't put a person away. Yeah, you don't put a person away. Okay, can you guys tell me, what about number 7? What about number 7? What about number 7? So, did you remember to put the dog before you came to bed? And everybody, remember, you need to think logically, okay? Especially with put and get. There are so many meanings that are very, very similar, okay? So, where do you want the dog to go? Do you want it to be inside the house or do you want it to be outside the house, okay? So you need to think. Yes, so be Put the dog in. Actually, I guess this is a cultural difference. I guess if you live in an apartment, you want to put the dog inside, right? You want to put the dog inside. But usually we will put the dog, put the dog in. You don't want to put it out. Put it down. Again, it depends where you live. I think this is a difficult one to answer because if you live somewhere where there is a garden, maybe you do want the dog to be outside. I don't know, right? Maybe the dog has a kennel, like a small house for dogs. Maybe the kennel is outside. So in that case, you would say put the dog out. Yeah, put the dog out. And you won't say put the dog away. We usually only say put the dog away with people. No, sorry, the opposite, with objects like a pen. I put the pen away. I put the bottle away. Put down. Oh, guys, what does put down mean? Put down has a third meaning that we didn't talk about here, just for animals. To put down an animal means to kill an animal, like to go to the vet and kill an animal because there is something wrong with it. Yeah, because there is something wrong with it. PM Sec, welcome back. I answered all three questions the same. Off, 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 yeah. Out, yeah, you could say put out the dog. So I'm going to say here, we can either put out the dog or put in the dog. It depends where you live, yeah? If you live in a garden and you should put the dog in a garden, then it will be put out. If you live in an apartment, then probably put in. Okay, what about number 8, everyone? What about number 8? Jimmy. So I think Jimmy is a child, right? Jimmy is a little boy. Jimmy, put that frog in the pond right now. So what are we telling Jimmy to do? What are we telling Jimmy to do? What are we telling Jimmy to do? Yeah, this meaning is beyond my thought. Yeah, right. That's the problem with phrasal verbs. You really do have to learn them because sometimes they have a lot of different meanings depending on the context. Why? Let me draw you guys a diagram and maybe it will help. So you have the core meaning of the phrasal verb here. What's that? That is the verb which you can get the meaning by looking at the verb and looking at the preposition. So the core meaning of look up is look up. Yeah? The core meaning of put down is put down. These are the most basic meanings, right? Of look away is look away. Get on is get on. So there are some very basic meanings of phrasal verbs. Now, from this basic meaning in English, there are lots of different other meanings that are kind of similar and kind of different to this basic meaning. For example, if I say put down, the basic meaning is put down, right? I put it down. I put it down. And so we have two examples of a very different verb here. One, put down, can mean to criticize someone. So why put down? Because it's like you take them from a high place and you put them in a low place. You take them from feeling good, happy, to feeling bad and sad. And you put them down. So this is kind of one meaning, right? Another meaning, which is totally different, but you can understand the relationship to the basic meaning. Because to put a dog down, it's very sad. It means to kill a dog, right? Because at the vets, to kill a dog. So why do you put it down? Because you are holding it and it is alive in your arms, and then you put it down. Why do you put it down? Because you can't hold it anymore, right? You can't hold it anymore. So this is an example of how two very different words can come from the same basic meaning. Okay, what do we think? Put that frog away. Put it away means put it in its appropriate place. I would say put it back. Yeah, put it back in the pond. Why? Because it came from the pond, right? It came from the pond. These two, put it back and put it away, are quite similar, but put away, we usually use this like in our house and talking about things like in our house. So for example, put your cup away. Where should I put my cup? Well, I should put it back in the place. Also with put it away, we usually don't give any more information. I just say put it away, finished. I don't say put it away in the cupboard. Yeah, I just say put it away. But I could say put it back in the cupboard. So they're quite similar. So I can understand why you guys thought away. Okay, what about the last one? Number 9. You'll freeze if you don't put more layers. First of all, what is a layer? What is a layer? A layer of clothing means one thing of clothing. For example, first you wear a t-shirt, then you wear a jumper, then you wear a coat. So here there are 3 layers of clothing, right? First, t-shirt, that's the first layer. Second, the jumper, that's the second layer. Third, the coat, that's the third layer. So you'll freeze if you don't put more layers. What do you guys think? Okay, you'll freeze if you don't put more layers. Put on. Yeah, this one is easy. Yeah, put on. You'll freeze if you don't put on more layers. Okay, so let's recap those. Okay, let's recap. When I got home, I put away all my shopping. Yeah, so put away all my shopping. Of course, first I put it down, right? I put it on the ground, but I put it away. I put it back in the place it should go. I spend all day cooking, so when she cancelled, I was really put out. Number 3, it's warm in here. I think I'll take off my coat. Yeah, put out, I mean, I felt really annoyed. I felt really inconvenienced. Yeah, it's very annoying. I think I'll take off my coat. I can't put writing this report off any longer. I can't delay it any longer. The library put away, I think I would say away here. All the books that got returned last week. Okay, that was rude of you to say. You shouldn't put people down like that. So you shouldn't make people feel bad like that. Did you remember to put the dog out or in? Again, it depends where you live, right? Jimmy, put that frog back. You will often hear parents telling their children, put something back. Put the pen back. Put your fork back. Put your brother back, right? You'll freeze if you don't put on more layers. Okay. Now, let's try this, okay? So complete the sentences here using a pronoun and a phrasal verb from the list in part A. So if you pick up a fragile verb, you should put it down. Yeah, you should put it down. So let's do number 1. If you took something that didn't belong to you, you should, what should you do? If you took something that didn't belong to you, you should what? Should you steal it? No, of course you shouldn't steal it. So what should you do? What should you do? If you took something that didn't belong to you, you should. Everybody, please answer using put. Put it down, put it back, put it away, put it on, put it off, put it out. What do you think? If you took something that didn't belong to you, you should what? You should put it away. Put it away. I might say put it back. Yeah, put it back. Why? Because put it away might mean put it like in some space. Put it back means put it back in the exact space where it was before. Put it back. So if you took something that didn't belong to you, you should put it back. Very nice. But good. Put it back. Okay. If you were cold and had your jacket nearby, you should what? Yes, B, you are correct. Well done. Yeah, good job. Put it back. Good. If you were cold and you had your jacket nearby, close, right? You should put it on. Yes, this one is easy, right? Put it on. Yeah, you should put it on. You should put it on. You're not going to put it away. Let's try number 3. If you didn't feel like meeting your friend for coffee, you should what? If you didn't feel like meeting your friend for coffee, you should put it off. Yeah, put it off. Put it in. Number 2, where are you putting your jacket? You're putting it in what? No, put it on, right? Yeah, put it off. You should put it off. That means you should hesitate. You should say, yeah, maybe next week. Yeah, maybe the week after. Put it off. Maybe the week after next week. Who knows? Okay. Number 4, if you bought frozen food, you should when you get home. What do you think? Put it away, exactly. Yes, put it away, right? Put it back where it belongs. Good. You should put it away when you get home. If your kitchen bin were starting to smell, Oh, this is a very nice sentence, yeah. So if your kitchen bin was starting to smell, you should, what should you do to the kitchen bin if it's starting to smell? What should you do to the kitchen bin if it's starting to smell? What should you do? Yes, you should put it out, right? You should put it out. Right, you put the bin outside. Very good. You should put it out. Put it out. Okay. And finally, if you were wearing a jumper and you got hot, what should you do? I wouldn't say put it away, because usually actually the bin is in your kitchen, right? That's where it is. But you need to take it outside. You need to take it outside. Take it off. Yeah, you should take it off, exactly. Everyone, what word in this sentence? Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. How strange. I've got 2 Fs. Okay, my computer is very confused. Give me 1 second. Let's try that again. You should take it off. Correct. You should take it off. Well done. Okay. All right, everyone, now I'm going to quiz you. Okay, so we've got to the end. And this is like a recap of all of the phrasal verbs that we have done. And we haven't done all of the ones. Of course, there are always more phrasal verbs. But let's end our session today with a little recap. What is a recap? Like a quiz, right? Let's end the session with a short quiz. Let's end the session with a short quiz. Okay. So for this one, actually, I'm going to give you maybe 3 or 4 minutes, and I want you to do 1 and 3 or 4 minutes. I want you to do 1, 2, 6, and 7, okay? 1, 2, 6, and 7. Why am I asking you to take a long time? Because I'd like you to think yourself, not look at what other people do. So let's see. Okay? After I finished work, I picked, or maybe we can do it as a task. I think that's a better idea. Okay, yes, let's do it like this. That's nice. That way you guys can see more clearly. Okay, number 1. After I finished work, I picked my kids from school. Picked out, picked up, or picked in? What do you think the correct answer is? Picked out, picked up, or picked in? Okay, B has answered. Pick out? Not pick out. Pick out, shutamas, means to choose, right? Pick out, to choose. It's not pick out. Yes. Oh, hello, Shakaro. Nice to see you. I don't think I recognize your name. Yes. After I finished work, I picked up my kids from school. Very nice. Okay. Number 2. If you make a mistake, just and write the correct answer above it. If you make a mistake, just and write the correct answer above it. What do you think? Let's see what you guys think. Nice to see you again. Yes, nice to see you again. Thank you for joining, especially today, right? It's our last day of listening and speaking. Figure out, get it back. I think you guys need to practice your phrasal verbs. Actually, this one is a little bit confusing because figure it out means to work out a problem, right? To think of the answer to a problem. So in this kind of multiple choice, you must be very clever because figure out, it kind of makes sense, but it doesn't 100% make sense. You should cross it out. That is the correct answer. Get it back means it has gone away and you need to get it back, right? So maybe my cat runs away. Oh, sorry, I just need to get her back, right? I will get the cat back. Cross it out is the correct answer. All right, everybody, let's look at number 2. You should all remember this, that we have talked about this one many times. What do you guys think? You should all remember this one. Exactly. So to figure out means to think of the solution to a problem, to think of the answer to a problem. To fill in your car? Not quite, not quite. Not quite. Yes, Shakaro, this is to fill up. What does this mean? To fill up means to put petrol in your car, to put petrol in your car. Okay. Okay, next one. I can hardly hear the radio. Can you please turn it? Yes, Shitamas, well done. Correct, fill up. The last one was fill up. Turn it up, yes. This one you guys know. Good, and fill up means to put petrol in a car. Yeah, can you please turn it up? Well done. Okay, next one. There was a lot of damage around the flood. After the flood, they had to tear some houses, okay? There was a lot of damage after the flood. They had to tear some houses. They had to tear some houses, tear down some houses, tear up some houses, tear off some houses. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Our final quiz. Okay, Shutamas has given an answer. What does everybody else think? I will wait 1 minute. What does everybody else think? Hello, Duk. Yes, I'm feeling much better today. Thank you. Thank you for asking. Tear off? Tear off means you have something here like paper and you want to tear off a bit of paper at the bottom, right? It means you want to tear a small piece off usually paper or some fabric. So here the correct answer is tear down. Remember, tear down we often use with buildings, not tear up. Tear up means that you have a bit of paper. So tear up and tear off are usually used with paper. Tear down is usually used with houses. Okay, next one. All right, what do you guys think of this one? What do you guys think? Yes, exactly. Tear off like this, right? Usually we tear off a bit of paper. So, okay, let me guys actually, okay, I'm going to stop sharing so you guys can see me. Okay, so I have a tissue here, okay? If I want to tear off a piece, I will do this, right? I have torn off a piece. It's a small piece. I have torn off a piece of tissue. Now, I'm doing this with the small one, not the big one. If I want to tear it up, yeah, now I have torn it up. That means it's completely gone, right? You can see, like in the camera, there are just many, many tiny pieces left. I've torn it up. Tear down, we usually use with houses. Okay, let me share my screen one more time. 1 second. Okay, next one. DM always sits in the back row. So this means in a class, there are many lines, right? She sits in the back row. A line is like this. A row is like this. So sit in the back row because she doesn't want the teacher to call her. Again, I think you guys should remember this one. Call on. Exactly, yes, call on. Yeah, call on someone means to choose somebody, to choose a student. Okay, next one. Call up. Call up means to literally make a phone call, usually to somebody that you like, okay? Call up means to make a phone call to somebody that you like. To call on means to choose a student. It doesn't have to be a student, but usually it's a student, like a teacher or a professor and a student. Or maybe like your boss and the other, employers. Okay. Nice necklace. Where are you going after finishing class? Actually, I'm not going anywhere. I'm just wearing it today. Okay. Unfortunately, my sister and I don't get along, don't get through, don't get in. Don't get through, don't get in, don't get along. What's the correct answer here? This means to have a relationship with somebody, right? To have a relationship with somebody. Good. Shutamas is always the fastest one now. Yes, good. Get along. Yeah, my sister and I don't get along. Do you guys get along with your brothers and sisters? Do you get along with your brothers and sisters? For me, unfortunately, I don't get along with my brother. I get along with my stepsister, but unfortunately, I really don't get along with my brother. We don't have a good relationship. It's not bad, but we have nothing in common. What does that mean? It means we are not similar. So of course I love him, but we are not similar. we can't really talk about anything because we have very different lives, very different interests. So my sister and I don't get along. Okay. Next one. What do you guys think? I got the bus on the corner of Broadway and 52nd Street. Ah, I think this is in New York. How interesting. I got the bus on the corner of Broadway and 52nd Street. Very nice. Yeah, this one is easy. Get on. Remember, we use get on with very large vehicles. So we don't say get on a car, or we say get on a plane. Yeah? Get on a bus. Get on a coach. Get on a boat. Okay, number 9. Number 9. You guys, you're so close to being finished. Number 9. Before she goes to bed, she her makeup. Does she call off her makeup? Does she hang up her makeup? Or does she take off her makeup? What do you guys think? She takes off. Shutama says she takes off. Chakaro says takes off. Yes, exactly. She takes off your makeup. What do? We put on makeup. We take off makeup. Yeah, we put. Do you guys like to wear makeup? Personally, as you can tell, I never put on makeup. Actually, I don't like the feeling of it on my face. If I wear makeup, I will wear. I know how to do it because when I was younger, I learned, but I really don't like it. I don't like the feeling of it on my face. It feels like I am wearing like mud or something. Yeah, I've put like mud on my face. I don't like to wear foundation. I don't like it. Yes, exactly. This is a usual habit for a lady to take off her makeup. Exactly. Before you go to bed, you take off your makeup. Very nice. Do you guys remember what is call off? What is call off? What is call off? Call off means to cancel, right? If I am the person who is in charge. Good afternoon, Goy. Oh, it is afternoon. You are correct. Good afternoon. Welcome to the last speaking and listening lesson. Don't worry, we have more. We have one more reading and writing lesson. I hope you're well. Yes, call off means to cancel. And again, can I call off a doctor's appointment? No, I can't. Why? Because I'm not the person organizing it. I'm not the person organizing it. Okay, finally, let's have a look at this one. Don't put your homework any longer or you won't have time to finish it. This is a situation that all of us know, right? Maybe when we're in school, we put our homework to the last minute. That means to the moment before the deadline. Yeah. But actually, when I was in school, I was quite good. Usually I didn't put my homework to the last minute. Usually I did my homework when I got it. Because, you know, I was like a bit of a nerd. I liked doing schoolwork. I didn't like school, but I loved doing schoolwork. What do you guys think? Don't put your homework any longer or you won't have time to finish it. What do you think? What do you guys think? Put off, exactly. Yeah, well done, Goy. So well done, Shutaras, well done, B. Yeah. Don't put off your homework any longer or you won't have time to finish it. Let's submit. And let's see, I'm going to guess that we got 10 out of 10. Yeah, let's review these answers, okay? So after I finished work, I picked what? I picked up my kids from school. If you make a mistake, just cross it out and write the correct answer above it. It's a good idea to fill up your car before you start a long trip. I can hardly hear the radio. Can you please turn it up? There was a lot of damage after the flood. They had to tear some houses. DM always sits in the back row because she doesn't want the teacher to call on her to tear down, sorry. I'm now in the habit of not saying the answer. Unfortunately, my sister and I don't get along. I got on the bus on the corner of Broadway and 52nd Street. Before she goes to bed, she takes off her makeup. Don't put off your homework any longer or you won't have time to finish it. All right. Well done, everybody. Now, very quickly, again, let's review the other phrasal verbs that we learnt in our text today about Sarah and a very nasty man called James. So, he turned up at her door. What happened next? Well, she asked him in. He took his coat off. He told her, hey, my car broke down. Sarah says, don't worry, you can call out a mechanic. Remember, call out has two meanings, right? It can mean to ask someone to come in an emergency situation to do a job. It can also mean to expose them or make some negative thing clear or criticize them. She looked up the nearest garage. Then she realized there's no milk. She said, we've run out of milk. She then popped out to buy some more. So remember, pop out, pop in, pop to means to go somewhere very quickly, right? Pop out, pop in. So Lily popped out to get a pint of milk. It's a very short trip. My food has just arrived. Yay! I'll pop in on you on the way back from work to visit you, right? To pop in somewhere is to go somewhere for a very short time. To pop to means to go somewhere for a short time. Again, Lily popped to the shops to grab a pint of milk. Okay, then the mechanic turned up whilst Sarah had popped to the shops. The mechanic got on with mending the car, so he continued to mend the car. When it was mended, James got in the car and drove away. Then Sarah remembered her little baby sister, who she was looking after at home. Oh dear, she didn't have any keys. Okay, everyone, let's finish there for today. Thank you so much. And just a general reminder that if you want to understand real spoken English, you need to learn phrasal verbs. Because if I talk to my family, for example, I will pretty much only use phrasal verbs. So everybody, I know it can be difficult and boring, but you need to learn it, unfortunately. Are you free tomorrow? Yes, Goy, you can message me on Facebook. Maybe we can meet up. All right, everyone, thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you all in the next class. Goodbye. Bye-bye.